Hi, welcome back to Trailhead. So in this scenario, we will learn about the basic admin questions of Salesforce. So first question is, what is cloud computing? So cloud computing is on-demand ability of computing services delivered over internet, including database servers and softwares. Okay. Second question is, what is SaaS? So SaaS stands for a software as a service. It is cloud computing model where software are provided over internet as a service. There is no need for technical knowledge over there, where software are provided over the internet. It's simply you just drag and drop and use that functionality like this stuff. Okay, so what is PaaS? PaaS stands for Platform as a Service. It is cloud computing model where third party provider delivers a platform for customers to deploy and maintain their application without any complexity of maintaining the infrastructure. In this platform as a service, where you can customize your application based on our business requirements. Okay, what is Salesforce? So Salesforce is a cloud-based CRM that is customer relationship management tool providing a wide range of cloud computing like marketing cloud, service cloud, sales cloud, and many more. Salesforce is developed on the top of Flows.com platform. Okay. What is object in Salesforce? Object in Salesforce acts like a database table that stores data for a specific type of record. Okay, suppose you create an object in Salesforce, and when you store the data in that object, that is it's act as a like a database table that stores your information about your company, about your organization in Salesforce database. Okay, so standard objects are available by default in your Salesforce org, such as accounts, contacts, leads, and custom objects are created by users to meet the business requirement, like doctor underscore C, and how will you able to identify this is standards object, yeah, this is custom object. So standard object only, that is account, that is ACCOUNT, that's it. There is no underscore C for of there. And but in custom objects, whenever you create a custom object in Salesforce, so -c will be there for custom object available for that. Okay, when you create like doctor, so when you hit save, so automatically the API name would be generated as doctor underscore C. Okay, like this API name of custom object ends with underscore C. Okay, what are external objects in Salesforce? Objects that are created in order to match data stored outside your Salesforce org are called external objects. These are outside your Salesforce organization. These are called external objects. Okay, what are fields in Salesforce? Fields in Salesforce represent the data which is stored as a part of an object or record type. Okay, depending on the business requirement, fields can be used to store different types of data like currency, percentage, date, pick list, text. Look, many more fields are there in Salesforce that you can use as per your customer business requirements, like number field, text area, long field, like this type of sales. We will give a demo for that in next session. Okay, so what is tab in Salesforce? A tab is a user interface element that provides access to a specific object in the system. That each tab represents a single object. When you create an object, the object is not when you create an object, the object is not you did not create a tab. So what is tab? Tab is a user interface element that provides access to that specific object, that you can click on this tab. The object will be appear in that tab list, wherever the records are present in that object are appear for that. Okay, that in the system each tab represents a single object. Okay, what is record in Salesforce? A record is a collection of fields within an object. Record can be created, edited, deleted by users with appropriate permissions. Okay, it can be used for edited, it can be used for updating some values, it can be used for creating some values of volumes of record, and delete your record by users. Okay, and users can approve permissions. Different record types in Salesforce allow us to display some specific field to user based on their profile. It means that suppose your doctor has a two record type, that is patient and doctor. So when you click on new, two record type will be available. Click on that is doctor page, yeah, फिर okay, patient page. When you hit click on doctor page, so doctor fields are available. Whatever though you selected the page layout for doctor will be appear, and when you hit patient page, the whatever the page layout are selected for that, you can the field will be appear for that. Okay, what are the different types of relations in Salesforce? Relations in Salesforce, there are two types of relationship, that is lookup relationship, master data relationship. Lookup relationship are one-to-many relationship. It's a loosely coupled relationship between two objects, where if the parent records get deleted, child records remains in the system. It is and master details, that is one-to-many. It is strongly coupled relationship between two objects, where if the parent records get deleted, associated child record also get deleted. Okay, what do you mean by loosely coupled and strongly coupled? They loosely coupled and strongly coupled, it means that is strongly coupled is related to their record sharing and visibility, and loosely coupled is related to record sharing and visibility, that it is be get some access of record sharing or permissions, or sharing and visibility or not. That is where loosely coupled and strongly coupled. Okay, and last is many-to-many relationship, that is in Salesforce junction object is utilized for establishing many-to-many relationship. This is used when the normal parent-child or one-to-many relationship is suitable. Okay, can standard object be on master detail side of the master detail relationship? No, standard object cannot be on the detail side if we have custom object as the master of the master detail relationship. Keep in mind in that question. This can come many more times. You can ask the interview questions, that can a standard object be on the detail side of the master detail relationship? Simply the answer is no. Standard object cannot be on the detail side if we have custom object of as master of the master detail relationship. What is standard field in Salesforce record? Standard fields are predefined Salesforce field. We cannot delete a standard field unless it is non-required standard field. Example of some common standard field are created by owner, last modified by. These are the standard field where you cannot delete this standard field, and also the currency would be there in that, so you can't delete that standard field. Okay, how many custom fields can be prepared per object in Salesforce? It's totally depend on your Salesforce or edition, whatever the limit you have purchased of your organization. It's totally depend on that. That is maximum number of custom fields to be created per object. Is it personal edition? Whenever you suppose you buy personal edition, that is 5 content manager is 25, group edition is 100 field will be created, essential edition is 100, professional 100, enterprise is 500, unlimited performance edition is 800 fields are to be created, and developer edition is 500. At maximum how many fields relationship can be created on an object. Maximum 40 relationship can be created on an object. How many lookup relationship can be created on an object? Either you can create 38 lookup and 2 master detail relation, or you can create all 40 as a lookup field as per your business requirement. What is sandbox in Salesforce? Sandbox is a replica of production org. It allows you to configure, customize, and test your functionality without impacting your live data and processes. Okay, it's a replica of your production where you can test your code, test your application that it will be perfectly smoothly working as a fine or not. Okay. Explain different types of a Salesforce sandbox. There are 4 types of Salesforce sandbox are as follows. That is developer sandbox. Developer sandbox is used for individual developers or small teams. It has a storage limit at 200 MB. And developer pro sandbox, this type of sandbox is like a developer sandbox, but it has more storage capacity and allows for more customization. It has a storage limit up to 1 GB. Partial copy sandbox, this type of sandbox is a partial copy of production environment. It allows you to copy a subset of production data to the sandbox. It has a storage limit of 5 GB. Full sandbox, it is an exact replica of your production environment, including all your metadata. It has a storage limit same as your production org. What is roll-up summary fields? Roll-up summary fields summarize data from a group of related child records and present the output on the master record. You can choose from a variety function including sum, count, min, max, and average. Roll-up summary is that is your let's say you have related child record and the master record, and you can associate all the some records that like it sum, count, mean, max, and average in your master data. Okay, master record. How many roll-up summary fields can be created per object? 40 per object is the maximum limit. Can we convert a master detail relationship to lookup? Yes, we can do it. But we need to delete the roll-up summary field first on the master record if it's created before the master detail to lookup conversion. Okay, we can convert easily, but first way we have to check if the roll-up summary field are created on the master record or not for the associated child record. If it's created, firstly delete that roll-up summary, then you can easily convert master detail relationship to the lookup relationship. What is profile in Salesforce? Profile is a collection of permissions and settings that determines what a user can see and configure in the Salesforce org. User can check the profiles available in the Salesforce instance in the following way. That is set up in the profiles in the quick find board. Select your profile, whatever the profile you have selected for that particular users. Okay, while creating a user profile is a necessary, it's a mandatory field, but role hierarchy, it's not a mandatory. Okay, what are page layout in Salesforce? Page layout are responsible for displaying fields on a record to your users. These layouts enable you to include various elements such as fields, section, link, custom buttons, along with a few other features to enhance the user experience. It means that simply just when you open a page that records that fields are available in a well and structured manner, that you were able to see that this is the account section, this is the finance section, this is the another section that you want to enter some credit card details. Like these top sections are to be created for, and page layout will be looking good and attractive way. That are called the page layout in Salesforce. Can 2 users have same profile? Salesforce profile? Yes, but one user can have multiple profiles. Yes, but one user cannot have multiple profiles, as already discussed earlier, that while creating a user only one user for one particular profile. What is role in Salesforce? Roles are used to define how users relate to each other in a hierarchy in your organization. Like that, suppose you got a role of CEO and your manager will be down of your hierarchy. The CEOs will be able to see the all the records that are owned by you, that are owned by CEO, that owned by other down the hierarchy, that are able to see. But in the role, whatever the hierarchy will be going down, these are the stages of like you can not able to see the CEO record in your while you log into your manager account. Okay, that is how user relate to each other in a hierarchy in your organization. What is role hierarchy? Role hierarchy is a matter of controlling the data accessibility on a Salesforce object based on a role of a user. What are governance limits in Salesforce? Governance limits in Salesforce are a set of predefined limitations of a Salesforce platform. It has been breached, an exception message has been thrown. What is setup audit trail in Salesforce? Setup audit trail tracks the setup changes which you make in the Salesforce org. You could download your complete history of the last 180 days. That is, go to setup object, type setup audit trail in the quick find box, select and view setup audit trail. What are automation tools in Salesforce? Automation tools allow you to solve complex business requirements using low code, no code approach. Example of automation tools like workflow, process builder, flows. Like these are the automation tools in Salesforce. What is Flow? Salesforce Flow is an automation tool that allows you to build and automate business processes without requiring any coding skills. Flows can be used to collect and update data, automate approvals, create a record, and perform other tasks. What are different type of flow in Salesforce? That is screen flow, record trigger flow, auto launched flow, platform event trigger flow, and schedule trigger flow. How many maximum flow versions can be there for each flow? So 50 versions you can create for a particular flow. Okay, you need to delete the older version when you create more than 50. Okay, what is flow template? Flow template are pre-designed flows that allows businesses to utilize these flow structure and modify them according to their business requirement. What is report in Salesforce? In Salesforce, a report consists of a collection of data that satisfy the parameters set by you, the user. This data is presented in a tabular format with rows and columns. The report can also be customized further by applying some filters, grouping the data, visualizing in a graphical chart. It's simply just a detailed view organization that in your report you can see the all record present in your Salesforce database. You can easily view all the record in your Salesforce report. Okay, what are different types of reports available in Salesforce? That is, these are tabular reports, summary report, joint report, and metrics reports. What are dashboard in Salesforce? Dashboard are visual representation of reports in Salesforce. Which type of reports can be used for dashboard? That like is summary report and matrix reports. Okay, what is bucket field in Salesforce reports? In Salesforce, bucket field is a custom field that enables you to categorize values of an already existing field into different buckets determined by specific criteria. When creating a bucket field, you can define the criteria for each bucket based on the field you are using to create the buckets. Up to 5 buckets can be added to each report type in your Salesforce. Okay. What are dynamic dashboard in Salesforce? Dynamic dashboard allow for personalized data visibility by enabling each user to view the data they have permission to access. Dynamic dashboard cannot be saved to personal folders. Okay, so dynamic dashboard allows for personalized data visibility by enabling each user, that is, suppose user A and user B. The user A want to see all the records that are for of user B, C, D. So dynamic dashboard are able to create the view of data of the permission to the access, that is for allowing the personalized data visibility by enabling each user to view the data they have permission to access. Suppose user A can see their own record and user B while logging, it can see their own records while logging their Salesforce account. If you create a dynamic dashboard, user A will be able to see your own data and user B will be able to see your own data. What are email template in Salesforce? Email template allow you to create dynamic email template including customized header buttons, HTML tags, etc. like this. How to convert 15-digit record ID to 18-digit record ID. Using case field, you can convert a 15-digit record ID to the 18-digit record ID. What is formula field in Salesforce? Formula fields are the Salesforce custom fields which provide values defined based on certain formulas with parameters. These fields processes read-only properties, which means we cannot edit and enter any value in this field. Okay, these are the read-only field. How can you keep a track on login history of a user in your Salesforce org? Using login history feature from the setup menu, we can achieve this. This login history of your organization for the past 6 months can be accessed and downloaded by you. Okay, how many logins history record we can track using login history setup? To the 20,000 record for last 6 months can be tracked. What is social in Salesforce? Salesforce Object Search Language is an efficient method for searching for records within Salesforce among various objects in a single query. When executing a social query, a list of S object is returned, and this search can be conducted across various objects simultaneously. What is SQL in Salesforce? SQL object is to fetch data from the Salesforce database on a specific object and conditions. You use SQL only when you are sure in which object the data is supposed to be queried, then you will use the SQL that query. What is data import wizard? With the data import wizard, you can easily bring in data for various standard Salesforce objects such as accounts, lead, contact, solution, and campaign members and person accounts. Additionally, you can import the data for the custom object also, and data can be imported through CSV file, not on the Excel file. That is Excel file. You can change the data type of the .csv. Okay, it allows you to import a maximum 50,000 record in one go. We cannot import opportunity object record into Salesforce using data import wizard. It cannot give the accessibility. Okay, it's a feature of Salesforce for the data import wizard. What is data loader? The Salesforce data loader is a tool designed for efficiently importing and exporting data in a bulk. It enables you to swiftly move large amounts of data into Salesforce and monitor the transfer progress. It allows you to import a maximum of 5 lakh record in one go. What is Salesforce Inspector? The Salesforce Inspector is a Chrome extension used to resolving issue and debugging the problem in a Salesforce environment. It enables user to inspect specific record and their associated field, leading to faster and more efficient issue identification and resolution. What is flow interview? A flow interview refers to a particular execution of a flow which represents a complete run of that flow. What is fault connector in Salesforce Flow? In Salesforce Flow, a fault connector is a connector that facilitates the management of errors and exceptions that might arise while executing the flow. This type of connector helps you to respond to various error types by performing actions like sending email notification parse string to the user. What is Apex programming language in Salesforce? Apex is an object-oriented programming language available on the Salesforce platform, which enables developers to execute custom functionality development in Salesforce. This language utilizes syntax that closely resembles to that of Java. What are different types of asynchronous Apex of that is batch Apex, future method, queuable Apex, and schedule Apex. These are the asynchronous jobs in Apex jobs. Okay, what is batch Apex in Salesforce? Right, with batch Apex in Salesforce, it is possible to define a single job that can be divided into smaller, more magnifiable portions that will be handled independently. This is accomplished using a global class known as batch Apex, which implement database.batchable interface. Maximum batch size you can be a 2000 records. What is trigger in Salesforce? A trigger is a block of code that gets executed either before or following the inserting or updating of a record. What are the two types of trigger in Salesforce? That is two types, and what is before trigger and after trigger? Before trigger is that these triggers are used to update and validate before they are saved into the database, and after trigger in Salesforce is utilized to retrieve the field values established by the system and modify any changes made to the record. In simpler terms, that this trigger is responsible for modifying the values based on the data inserted into another record. Is creating the roll-up summary field possible to look up relationship? No, it is not available in the master data. It is only available for the master data. The lookup relationship has no roll-up summary field. Can we delete a user from our Salesforce record? No, you cannot delete a user. You can deactivate it or you can freeze it, but you can't delete your user. What is custom settings in Salesforce? Custom settings are like custom objects. They are utilized to generate customized set of data. It can be linked with the organization profile or individual user to manage and accessibility of the custom settings. It can be designated as either public or protected. Okay, what are the different types of custom settings in Salesforce? That is two types of custom setting, that is list custom setting, and second one is hierarchical custom settings. Explain validation rules in Salesforce. Validation rules are like a set of rules that check if the information entered by you into the sales record meets certain standard. These rules make sure that the information is incorrect before it can be saved. It check the validate your record before they are saving the record, before the record is saved into the database. What is cascade delete in Salesforce? When a parent record is deleted, its associated child record also deleted is known as cascade delete in Salesforce. Explain queues in Salesforce. Salesforce queue comprise of records that are owned. Okay, unowned. Any user with account with access to the queue can review all the records within it, and it take ownership of the ones they choose. The purpose of queues in Salesforce is to facilitate the allocation, distribution, prioritization of records to teams to that share work responsibility. Records can be added to the queue manually by changing the record owner. What are public groups in Salesforce? Public groups serve the function of allocating resources or items to a collective that is intended to be accessible and utilized by all members of an organization. What is future annotation in Apex? Future annotation is used when we want to execute an Apex method asynchronously in Salesforce. What is static resource in Salesforce? Static resources are useful for storing and uploading various type of files such as images, documents, zip files, JavaScript file, and CSS files. They store the storage capacity for static resource limited to 250 MB. Can we trigger time dependent flow? Yes, scheduled trigger can be used to perform these tasks. What are sharing rules? Sharing rules help user to share record based on the certain conditions. Two types of sharing rules, that is criteria based sharing and second was owner based sharing rules. What are different types of classic email template in Salesforce? That is text, HTML with letterhead, custom and visual force page. What is the custom metadata types in Salesforce? Custom metadata types in Salesforce resemble custom objects, but they are designated with a different API namespace suffix, namely underscore MDT. These type of metadata store record in a memory cache, resulting in faster data retrieval when executing a query. Explain the method of batch apex class. Each batch has three methods, that is start, execute and finish. The start method is the first one that runs at the beginning of the job. Its purpose is to gather the records or objects that need to be processed by the execute method. Then execute method get executed on every set of records that are passed to it. Its main function is to handle unnecessary processing of each group of data. The finish method is used for carrying out post-processing tasks such as sending in confirmation emails or running additional operation after all batches have been processed. This method is called once all batches have been completed. Okay. What is deployment in Salesforce? Framework for migrating change no code and coded from one sandbox to another is known as deployment. Name some tools that can be used for deployment in Salesforce. That is GearSet and migration tool, Copado, Flowsum. These are the tools that you can deploy from one org to another org. What is the difference between freeze user and deactivate user in Salesforce? When a user is frozen in Salesforce, their access to the Salesforce organization is restricted. While their Salesforce license is still assigned to them, cannot edit, delete the license, but the access of all the records are get freezed. He cannot do anything in that, but still license is active for that particular user. On the other hand, restricting the access to the Salesforce or deactivating a user in Salesforce make their license available assigned for the another user. Okay. What are permission sets? A permission set is a collection of settings and permission that has been assigned to the user to extend its access in the Salesforce or without changing any profiles. It can extend the functionality of your Salesforce, like access to apex class, access to flows. Like this type of accessibility you can give to the particular user without changing their profile. Okay, what are debug log in Salesforce? Debug log are system log that keeps track of data on how procedures are carried out on the Salesforce platform. It can provide information about any exception or failures that take place during the execution. What is the minimum test coverage required for deploying a class? That is 75%. You have to complete this while deploying one from one org to another org. What is is test notation in Apex Tests class? By adding this annotation, a class is marked as a test class and granted the ability to execute within the Salesforce testing framework. What is Flow Builder? Flow Builder is a user interface used by building flows in Salesforce. It consists of three main components, namely canvas, toolbox, and button bar. What are change set in Salesforce? Change set are used to migrate customization from one Salesforce instance to another. There are two types of changes, that is outbound change set and inbound change set. That is when you deploying the code from sandbox to production, you can use just the same change set in sandbox, that is outbound, and when while receiving the data you can use in production, you can use inbound change set. What are different Salesforce edition? That is Salesforce three type of edition, that is essential, professional, and enterprise. Unlimited, performance, personal, contact management edition, and developer edition. These are the editions in Salesforce comes under. What is global pick list value set? The global pick list value set are reusable set of pick list value which can be used in multiple custom pick list fields across multiple objects. What is field tracking in Salesforce? Using field tracking, it is possible to monitor changes made to particular field with any related record field. What are different security levels in Salesforce? Organization level, object level, field level, and record level security. What type of relationship exists between account and contact? Lookup relationship. Although these standard objects do not have a master data relationship, they behave similarly, but because they behave like a master data, but the way records are associated for contact can be controlled by their parent record. What Salesforce feature would restrict user from logging into or set of specific hours? Login hours. Salesforce prevent logging outside the specific hours. What is joint report in Salesforce? In Salesforce, a joint report merges multiple reports of different types into a single view, creating a comprehensive data view that appears like a single report. How can you navigate to user different Salesforce application? Using live app launcher, we can find different Salesforce application present in our Salesforce org. What are different levels of data access in Salesforce? Organization wide default, object level, record level, and field level are the different level of data access in Salesforce. What is inline editing in Salesforce? Inline editing is a feature that lets you modify a field value without opening the record. You can just edit a record from a specific places such as list view, report without needing to navigate and open to the record page. Okay. What is manual sharing? Manual sharing in Salesforce is a way to share the record with the users using share button on the record. You can manually share the record to another user. It is possible to restrict permissions for user using permission set. No, permission set are always used to extend the permission, not to restrict them. What is OWD settings? OWD stands for Organization Wide Default, which defines the baseline access for a Salesforce record. Can we delete standard profile in Salesforce? No, we cannot delete a standard Salesforce profile, but we can modify certain field on the standard profile. You can give the access to that particular standard profile, but you cannot delete the standard Salesforce profile. How many components can be added to a Salesforce dashboard? Up to 20 components can be added in a single dashboard. How many fields can be added to each custom report type? 1000 fields can be added. Okay, what is multi-tenant architecture of Salesforce? Multi-tenant architecture refers to a design approach where multiple user access to one instance of a system. What is AppExchange? AppExchange is a marketplace for Salesforce application which can be used to extend the Salesforce implementation. There are many free and paid apps available in AppExchange. Okay, what is managed package in Salesforce? A managed package is a collection of pre-built components such as custom objects, fields, workflow, and Apex code. The package created can control the level of access and permission for each component in the package, including which object, field, and Apex class are visible and editable by users in the Salesforce org where the package is installed. How to configure to receive error emails while debugging a Salesforce flow? So firstly go to setup object, search process automation settings, send process or flow error email to. Okay, how to store error message using fault connector to display the user using not equal to $float.fault message on a screen flow component. You can simply display the error message whatever you will be displaying in the screen flow. So this is all about the Salesforce Administrator interview questions in 2023. Hope you like this video. Please hit like and subscribe my channel. Thank you so much.